Welcome back, Cyndi. It's been about 10 years since you've been here. Been about that long.
Yes,
Now, I saw you last week. You had lovely platinum hair.
I did.
There's an addition.
Yeah, there was the, purple. I told you. I passed the colors in my hands.
I see. You just
got to get that purple. I like colors.
They say this album is the story of your life. It's a pretty serious life, then, Cyndi. Serious stuff covered in this album.
Well, part of it was from me, and then part of it is, you know, as a writer, I wanted to tell stories.
Observations, and not necessarily...
Well, women that I knew, people that I knew, and I wanted to, you know, like Stagger Lee, that's a heavy story, but it's in rock and roll. Yeah. And in rock and roll, you have all these stories like Hey Joe, you know, the Hendrix song, and you have, even Luca.
Sure,
My name is Luca. You know, so there's a lot of room to tell stories and watching The Detective, Elvis Costello, so that's what I did.
What's making you tick these days? What's going on?
That's a hard one. No.
Well, no, we can go. I got a lot of things here.
Okay. What's making me
When I talked to you last time, you were disturbed because you came back to your house and there's a whole town built around it. I know that's on your mind, you know?
Yeah, that was...
We were talking about the AIDS benefit you did with Patti LaBelle a couple of years ago, which reminded me, there's something I read where you said, you don't really think of yourself as a star. That day, it was a Dionne Warwick benefit. You were on stage with Patti LaBelle, and I don't think it had the love that emanated from that crowd, didn't have as much to do with the quality of either one of your voices as it had to do with your popularity.
Really?
That was my feeling. Wow. The warmth from the audience, you know, and that's what makes a star. You don't have to have a recent hit record, a recent hit movie. It's just love when they see you. Well,
when I was with Patti and when we sing together, there was so much joy, see? I think that kind of spreads, and everybody was there doing their bit. You know, people in the audience and people on stage. We were all doing our bit, because AIDS is important.
Of course, of course.
To be aware and...
Listen, I know you got married 2 years ago, okay? I
didn't know.
I almost got married?
No, almost 2 years. I almost got married then. No.
But I didn't know Little Richard did the ceremony.
Yeah.
What made you say, you know, let's get Little Richard to do this?
Well, I wanted a singer. I wanted, because we decided that both of us are artists. You know, he's an artist in his own right. He's an actor, and he writes and draws, and I'm an artist in mine. I sing and write, and, you know. And we decided that we would have someone that meant something to us, you know. I'm a rock and roller. You know, there are some great voices, and one of them is Little Richard's voice.
So he not only pronounced you man and wife, I mean, he sang.
No.
Because you could have picked an anchor woman.
I could have. Sue, I didn't know you was also a preacher. No, Patti sang. Patti LaBelle sang.
Oh, my goodness.
She sang Come What May. It was like, you know, you were laughing because Richard, you know, he tripped over the podium and he said, shut up, and then everybody started laughing. And then he introduced us afterward as Mr. and Mrs. Thunder. He was nervous.
Mr. and Mrs. who?
Thunder. It's supposed to be Thornton, but he was nervous. And, you know, so everybody was like laughing, crying, but it was, you know, it was one of those experiences. It was a fun wedding, you know. It was special. It has to be special.
Well, yes.
Yeah.
I would have thought it was special had I been there, you know, but an invitation must have...
Well, we kept it down, you know, because my husband wanted a 60-person wedding, so it was tough.
Okay.
You know, I'm Italian. You know. He invited 5 people. It was hard for him.
Gosh, we thank you for coming by, Cyndi.
Thank
Let's
you.
remind the folks the new CD is Hat Full of Stars, and I don't know whether you're making a movie soon, but I hope you are, because I think I'd love to see you on the big screen again.
Oh, thank you.
Nice to come by.
Great to see you
how much the parking would be for this one, maybe?
It's on you, babe.
Okay. Glad to do it. And anytime you want to come by, you come on by.
Thank you. Thank you.
Matt.
And Sue, by the way,